Hello, my dear students. Welcome to online accountancy class. In this session, we are going to consider the board paper 2011 solution in details. So, this is our problem. First session we explain up to here. Now, there are the blanks you have to fill up. First of all, like here, one partner who take over on the brother loan. So here, what will the entry? Debit and credit both are like blank. So when any like asset takeover, that is partner's capital to realization. So if liability takeover, realization account debit to that partner's capital. So James capital. So here is that solution. Realization account debit to realization account debit 10,000. James capital account also 10,000. Now second one, like debtors released or debtors realized, recovery of debtors and 12,000 inflow of cash. So that time bank account debit to realization. So here also the entry here, bank account debit to realization, recovery of debtors 12,000. Now third one, like Haidar is a one partner who took over the investment. So here if any asset taken over by any partner, that respective partner's capital will be debit and realization will be credit. So either capital account debit to realization account. So here it is that entry, either capital account debit to realization account. Now afterward, next one, like payment of creditors, like syndicator paid and cash taken from the business or partnership firm. So it will be realization account debit to cash or bank account. That is like outflow of cash. Whenever outflow of cash, that time bank or cash will be credit and realization will be debit. So here realization account debit to bank account, payment of creditors. So here also you can see the entry here, but net amount like here 20,000 minus 1,000, that is 5% discount received from the creditor. Realization account debit to bank account 19,000. Now after that, number 5, realization expenses, same entry, same way, realization to bank. So here it will be realization account debit to bank account. This is the number 5 here, realization account debit to bank account 2,000. Now loss is there, so loss purposes, what will be the entry here? If profit, then relation to partners capital. So if loss, entry will be reverse here, and the profit sharing ratio, total loss 10,200, and the profit sharing ratio is there 2:1. So on that ratio it is being distributed to the partners, those who are like running the business, James and Haider. So James capital account debit 6,800, Haider capital account debit, that is 3,400. So that, and two realization, that is 10,200. So here it is the solution. James capital account debit 6,800, Haider capital account debit 3,400, two realization account 10,200. So this is the solution of board paper 2011. Along with this solution, we are going to consider one more important topic, which create the problem during examination time. That is the in like workman compensation fund. How do you deal the workman compensation fund in case of resolution of partnership firm? So some hints I want to give here. So for this is the like situation. That is a workman compensation fund. So workman compensation fund, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 situation can arise in case of resolution of partnership firm. So carefully you have to remember, any one situation can come in our exam. So workman compensation fund is in case of first situation. Suppose book value is rupees 1,50,000. Book value means which was shown in old balance sheet on the liability side. So how do you deal, like if first situation is there, workman compensation fund like 1,50,000 is there in the old balance sheet, and so far no claim arises. So no claim arises, that time will you transfer it on realization account or will not transfer? So this is the first question, whether we will transfer this fund to realization or will not transfer. So first situation, like when no claim, that time no liability is there. When claim is nil, that time this you will have to consider as an internal liability. Like workman compensation fund total 1,50,000, it is an internal liability. And just like a treatment of general ledger, general ledger we are not transferring in realization account, we are transferring to partners capital account. Like general ledger account debit to partners capital account, to all the partner in their old ratio. Exactly, on workman compensation fund no claim arises, entire amount will transfer to partners capital account, because just like a undistributed profit which is now going to distribute at the time of closing of business. This is the first situation. No claim is there. Now second situation, claim arises from the worker side 90,000. Now we can like think like that way. Claim means liability 90,000. So that liability you have to transfer to realization account. Like workman compensation fund buy side 90,000 and remaining 60,000 which you can transfer. Like workman compensation fund account debit to partners capital account 60,000. Now which one will transfer? That is the first phase entry, primary phase entry, that is liability transferring entry. Workman compensation fund, this time this 90,000 is just like a creditor. When you transfer creditor, that time buy creditors on realization, you have to think like a creditor. So buy creditor 90,000, again you have to make the payment. That time payment purpose is full payment 90,000 realization to bank account. So that we have to think that how much claim, that is our just like a external liability, and unclaimed part, that is our internal liability. So 1,50,000 minus 90, 60,000, it is our internal liability. So that will be treatment like a general ledger. So workman compensation fund account debit to partners capital 60,000 under old profit sharing ratio I have to distribute, and remaining this 90 claim purposes just treatment of like outside a liability. First will transfer Y side of the realization account, again you have to make the payment realization to bank account. So this is the way to show the treatment in case of workman compensation. That is the second situation which can arise, that part claim can arise. So ultimately you have to remember claim means it is a liability, it is internal liability converted to external liability. So external liability generally you are taking on the realization account, so that part we will take here. So once I repeat here, first thing, this 90,000 you have to transfer by workman compensation fund 90,000, again payment purposes realization account debit to bank 90, and unclaimed part, it is internal liability remain, that is 60,000, workman compensation fund account debit to partners capital account 60,000. Now third situation, here fund is 1,50,000 and claim also 1,50,000. The total internal liability, it is converted to external liability. Internal liability 1,50,000 and that is being converted to as a external liability. So how do we deal? Very simple. 1,50,000 we have to transfer to realization account by workman compensation fund 1,50,000. No internal liability remain. Payment you have to make to the second entity, that is realization account debit to bank account 1,50,000. So once I'll repeat here. First, initially this is our internal liability, workman compensation fund. Now total internal liability converted to external liability. So full amount you have to transfer to realization account by workman compensation fund 1,50,000. Nothing mentioned about the payment. So claim is there. So second entry will be that realization account debit to bank account 1,50,000. Next situation 4. Fund is 1,50,000 but claim arises 2 lakhs. So insufficient fund. Total internal liability converted to external as well as 50,000 unrecorded liability also there. So we know that unrecorded liability, you have to make the payment realization to bank. So first entry, like first full amount you have to transfer, workman compensation reserve account debit to realization account 1,50,000. Second entry, full payment you have to make, realization account debit to bank account 2 lakh. The claim part, generally you have to make the payment. Claim part, 90,000 payment, 1,50,000, 2 lakh payment you have to make. Now in this situation, last situation, no reserve so far there, but suddenly claim arises 40,000. So it will be considered as an unrecorded liability, and unrecorded liability purpose is just only one entry, that is realization account debit to bank account. I think so it is clear. So once I'll repeat that is very important topic in this chapter, workman compensation fund or workman compensation reserve related to worker. One thing you have to remember, if claim is not there, that time it will be considered as an internal liability, no need to transfer to realization account. But whenever claim is there, so that part we have to convert it to external liability. Now how will deal external liability in case of dissolution of partnership firm? Now first phase we will transfer by that external liability, and second phase we make the payment. If nothing mentioned, means full payment in case of liability purpose. So the same rule will be implemented here also. So first situation, no claim, so it is considered only internal liability, and full amount will transfer to partner's capital. Second part, claim 90,000. So 90,000 it is external liability, you have to transfer to realization, and remaining 60,000 we have to transfer to partner's capital. So this is first phase transferring entry, second phase payment entry, realization to bank. Third situation, both are equal. So first transferring entry means all internal converted to external by realization, by workman compensation fund 1,50,000 and payment realization to bank 1,50,000. As internal liability nil, so no transferring entry to partner's capital. Here it is claim, it is exceed than the reserve. So first we will transfer full reserve by workman compensation reserve in realization account, again realization to bank 2 lakh. This amount by and this amount to book value nil. So no question of transferring, and here 40,000 claim arise. So that is called unrecorded liability arises. When unrecorded liability, then single entry is there, that is realization to bank. If unrecorded asset, bank to realization. So unrecorded liability, realization to bank. So this way you have to remember this statement, like workman compensation reserve, very important topic. Each and every year, like at least one adjustment is there related to. So for this, like they are the maximum option, so any one option may can come in your examination. I think so it will make clear to all of our learner. Now we are going to conclude this session. Thank you and God bless.